Hi there, and welcome to the final episode of our Switzerland Destination Spotlight in this current series. Today we're featuring Jungfrau Region, and it's certainly not number 5 on the list by any reason, except that this is the date that suited our special guest today to record this interview. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, they're all available on our YouTube channel, so head on over there. So today, yes, we're welcoming Kelly Yoss from Jungfrau Region Tourism. Thank you for joining us today, Kelly.
Yes, thank you for the invitation, Caroline. I'm very happy to tell you more about our beautiful holiday destination.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to hearing everything you've got to share. For the people that are watching and aren't familiar with the destination, can you tell us whereabouts it is in Switzerland?
Yes, sure. So, as you hear from the name, it's a whole region. So, the Jungfrau region consists of 5 different villages, which include Grindelwald, Wengen, Mürren, Lauterbrunnen, and the Haslital. And it's really located in the heart of Switzerland. So, you might heard about the town of Interlaken already. So, Interlaken is between the lake of Thun and Brienz, and the villages of the Jungfrau region are up in the mountains. So from Interlaken, it's only half an hour to reach the Jungfrau region. So it's very easy to reach from everywhere in Switzerland, actually.
Fantastic. We'll talk more about those villages that you mentioned in a little bit. But first of all, can you tell us what makes the Jungfrau region a must-visit destination? Because it is certainly one of the most visited regions in Switzerland. What is it that draws people to the region?
Yes, so as you just said, it's already a quite famous destination. So there are some highlights which are popular all over the world. So like the Jungfrau Joch, the top of Europe, the highest railway station in Europe is quite famous all over the world, and also the Schildhorn, the other famous mountaintop. But it's not only the highlight attractions that are special about the Jungfrau region. So I think what's special about the region is that it's very unique and various. So you have a lot of different activities and experience for everyone. So it doesn't matter if you're older or younger, if you are traveling alone or with the family, if you are rather sporty or not. So the Jungfrau region really offers countless outdoor activities and also culture experience, like visiting alpine dairies or also discovering local handicrafts and culinary delights. So it's a very various and unique destination to visit.
There's certainly something for everyone there. So, what are the main things to do for if someone is coming to the region for just a short time? What are the main things that they tend to do?
Yes, so as the Jungfrau region is a mountain destination, it's actually all about the outdoor activities. So in summer, it's mostly hiking, mountain biking. You can swim in mountain lakes. If you are not really into hiking, you can discover the famous mountain tops like Jungfrau Joch or Schildhorn as well with cable cars. There are also numerous different cable cars, not only these 2 famous ones, but there are really a lot of places you can visit by train or cable car. You can also experience adventure activities like paragliding, or on Schildhorn and on Grindelwald First, there's a thrill walk. So it's also a lot to do for adventurous people. And in winter, it's mostly about skiing, but also a lot of non skiing activities like winter hiking or sledging or spa. So it's really about experience the mountains in summer and winter, or actually all year round.
Mm, always something to do. So,
Yes.
can you tell us now a bit more about each of those, the 5 main villages that you
Yes.
mentioned before, and what are the differences? Because I know a lot of people when they're planning to visit the Jungfrau region, they're unsure where they should stay, and they're probably not familiar or not aware that the villages are actually quite different. So, can you give us some more information about that, please?
Yeah, sure. So it's they are similar but still quite different. So let's start with Grindelwald. Grindelwald is the biggest village in our region, and it's also the starting point to the Jungfrau Joch, or also Grindelwald First. Grindelwald has around 50 hotels, so you will find everything in Grindelwald from hostels to mountain huts, holiday apartments, and even up to a five-star hotel. Grindelwald offers as well many restaurants and bars, and also a sports center with an indoor pool and a rope park, and as well an ice rink. So in Grindelwald, you really find a lot of different entertainment, and in winter, it has access to two different skiing areas. So in Grindelwald, you are in the mountains and still have everything you need actually where you are. And it's a great place to start the various mountain excursions.
Mhm.
And then Lauterbrunnen is quite a small village. So Lauterbrunnen lays in an impressive valley between giant rock faces. So when you are in Lauterbrunnen, you have on both sides, you are really between the mountains. And it also is a starting point for countless mountain excursions, like actually every destination in the Jungfrau region. And Lauterbrunnen is famous for its waterfalls, so it's called to be the valley of the 72 waterfalls, including the famous Staubbach waterfall, which you see from the train station. So you arrive in Lauterbrunnen and already see this beautiful waterfall. The Staubbach Fall is one of Europe's highest free-falling waterfalls. And from Lauterbrunnen, you can go up on one side to Wengen or to Mürren, and you can reach both destinations within few minutes.
Mhm.
So Wengen is on the one side. It lays high above the Lauterbrunnen Valley at the foot of Eigermönch and Jungfrau, and it can only be reached by train from Lauterbrunnen. So that's quite special about Wengen. It's car free, or it's mostly car free, so you cannot drive up, but some hotels use cars for hotel shuttles. And Wengen is also the perfect starting point to go skiing. So the ski area connects Wengen and Grindelwald. And in Wengen, there's a famous skiing World Cup downhill race, the Lauberhorn downhill race, which is held in January. So Wengen is a bit smaller than Grindelwald and a bit more remote, but still offers a lot to do.
Mhm.
And then on the other side of the Lauterbrunnen Valley, there's Mürren, um, with 1,650 meters above sea level. Mürren is the highest permanently inhabited village in the canton of Bern. So it's really special because you're really in a charming mountain area in Mürren, and it's also a very sunny terrace. So you have a lot of sun because it's mostly above the fog in Mürren. Mürren is also car free, so that makes it a bit more special because you're really in the mountains without any cars. And special about Mürren is the Schildhorn. So at the Schildhorn, there was the Schildhorn was the filming location for the Bond film on Her Majesty's Secret Service from 1969, and the success of the film has still left its mark on the village. So it's still famous for this movie.
And there's
And
two
then,
ways to reach Murren, isn't there?
sorry.
There are two different ways to reach Murren.
Yes, exactly. You can reach Mürren from Lauterbrunnen by cable car up to Grütz and then from Grütz you can take a little train with a very scenic and beautiful view and Mürren. Or on the other side, you take the bus from Lauterbrunnen to Stechelberg and then up with the Schildhorn cableway. So it's two different ways, and it's quite special because you reach the village from two different sides, but village is quite small. You can easily walk from one side to the other side and do one way, and then the other way if you want to see both of it.
Good.
And then the fifth destination is the Haslital. So the Haslital is a whole area at the other side of the Lake of Brienz, and actually also consists again of 6 different villages. But Meiringen is the main village, and the Haslital is nestled between different mountain passes. And it's it's less known, the Meiringen, and it's also smaller than for example Grindelwald, and it's a very family friendly destination. It offers a wide range of activities and also an awareness of tradition and culture, and it's more of a hidden gem because it's still um, less known than Grindelwald or Wengen.
Mm.
So it really depends on what you're looking for if you choose a destination in the Jungfrau region. But as everything is very well connected by public transportation, it's also no problem to stay in one village and then visit another. So because it's really close together, everything.
Yeah, and I know that Grindelwald is only about 30 minutes from Interlaken, and
Yes.
as are the other villages around there. But what about Meiringen? So if someone is thinking of that, sounds like a bit quieter, perhaps we might like to stay there. How long does it take to reach there from Interlaken?
Yes, it's even a bit closer than Grindelwald from Meiringen. From Interlaken to Meiringen, it's about 25 minutes by train. So or 30 minutes by train. So it's quite near from Interlaken as well. And you could also stay 2 nights in Meiringen and then 2 nights in Grindelwald. Meiringen and Grindelwald is even connected over a mountain pass, the Grosse Scheideck. So you could also visit Meiringen, and then it's only in summer, take the bus over the Grosse Scheideck to visit Grindelwald. So it's a nice destination to visit as well because it's so well connected.
Mm. Okay, so this brings me on to my next question: is a car necessary when people are visiting the Jungfrau region?
Yeah, so it's really not necessary. So you can visit by car if you want, but it's really not necessary as you can easily get everywhere by public transportation. And I would also recommend it to everyone to use public transportation as it's really the best and easiest way to explore Switzerland and also the Jungfrau region because the rail net rail network is really outstanding and you can reach every destination by train or by bus.
That's right. So if you were visiting the region and you're planning on doing some mountain excursions, for example, you can only reach those mountain summits via cable car or mountain railway. So you're going to be leaving your car parked in the parking
Yes, so
garage anyway.
exactly. Yes, so I think it's even easier because you are more flexible. You can take the train and take the gondola, and maybe if you go down the other way, then you don't have to go back to get your car. So it's even easier to take public transportation. So you are more flexible.
Mm. And what can you tell us about the regional rail passes that are available for the Jungfrau region?
Yes, so there are different rail passes. You might know for whole of Switzerland, it's the Swiss Travel Pass. If you are only traveling to the Jungfrau region, there's the Jungfrau Travel Pass. That's valid for the whole Jungfrau rail network. But for the Jungfrau Joch, you have to pay a little bit extra, but all the other railways are included. So if you're staying like 3, 5, or even more days in the Jungfrau region, it's really useful to have this pass because you can get everywhere with this pass in the Jungfrau region. And then if you're visiting, let's say, another destination in Bern, like the city of Bern, or another valley of the Bernese Oberland, I would recommend the Berner Oberland Pass as it's valid for the whole Bernese Oberland. So with the Bernese Oberland Pass, you it covers really most of the canton of Bern or the Berner Oberland. So you can visit Grindelwald and then take the train to Bern or even to Lucerne. It's all covered with this pass. So there are really great railway passes which cover a lot. And with most of these passes, you also have discount on other attractions which are not included in the pass.
Mhm. Fantastic. I'll put some links in the comments below to where people can find more information about those rail passes too.
Yes.
Now, I know that visiting the Jungfrau region is a good idea any time of the year, but do you have a favourite season, or is there a season that you recommend people would visit?
Yes, so as you said, the Jungfrau region is really an all-year destination. I personally would recommend the Swiss autumn or spring. So in May or June, or in September or October, because it has less people than July or August. So July and August are really high season. And in spring and autumn, it's also so that it's not as hot as in summer. So the temperatures are still mild and it's perfect for hiking. And also the landscapes are very impressive in spring and in autumn. So in spring, you have a lot of water. So you really see these famous waterfalls like in Lauterbrunnen, and everything is green and blooming. And in autumn, you have the landscape turning in these beautiful autumn colors, and there are less people around, and it's also a bit cheaper than staying here in summer. And if you're into skiing, then you have to visit in winter, obviously. Then I would recommend visiting in January or March, because in December and February there are public holidays in Switzerland. So it's better to visit in January or March.
Oh, that's very good advice. Good tip to know. Okay, so if someone is coming to Switzerland and they've only got one full day that they can spend in the Jungfrau region, how would you suggest they spend that day?
Yes, that's a good question. So you can pack a lot in one day if you want. So one suggestion would be if you start in Lauterbrunnen and you get up early in the morning to go up to the Schildhorn, you can have a great brunch at the Schildhorn in the revolving restaurant and discover the exhibitions of the Schildhorn, and then return down to Mürren before lunch, and maybe having lunch in Mürren and having a stroll through the village. And then you still have enough time to take the train and the cable car down to Lauterbrunnen and up on the other side to Wengen. So you even see another destination in the same day. And then in Wengen, you can take the cable car up to Mannlichen to enjoy an easy and panoramic hike from Mannlichen to Kleine Scheideck. And if you want, you can take the train down from Lauterbrunnen from Kleine Scheideck, or if you still have energy, you can even go down to Grindelwald to see another village in the same day, and then discover Grindelwald and have dinner in Grindelwald. So you can really, because everything is so well connected, you can really fit a lot into one day if you want.
Mm. I think that sounds like the perfect day. I really love Mannlichen, and I love that you mentioned that. So because yeah, a lot of people I guess would look at a map and they think that if they're in Lauterbrunnen and they want to get to Grindelwald, they've got to go on the train
Mhm.
back to in the valley and then go back up on the train that way. But they can actually go across the mountain or over the mountain using the cable car. So that's a great
Yes,
option.
that's really nice. So you can go from Mürren down to Lauterbrunnen, up to Wengen, and then over the mountains again to Grindelwald. So it's really, you have to get a bit into it to see which village is connected with which one and where, how does it work. But I think if you visit, it's really easy to get into it and to find out how the cable cars work, and also because everything is very well signed, and also like the hiking paths are very well signed, so you don't have to be a professional hiker or to get into it, as it's really easy to understand, I think.
Yes, and I'm sure there's a hiking map or a map of the region on your website as well, so
Yes,
that people can have
yes,
a look. And I know that they're readily available in the region. You can pick one up at the tourist offices and so
yes,
forth. Yeah,
exactly.
which is very
Yes.
handy. Right. So, do you have any insider tips, or are there any perhaps lesser known attractions that we should know about?
Yes, so for Grindelwald, there's the Pfingsteck. that's a bit less known. That's a small cable car going up to Pfingsteck. It's only open in summer, but it's really a nice excursion for a half a day or so, and it's really nice for families as it has a playground and a toboggan course, a summer toboggan course, and a fly line. So it's a really nice mountain excursion for families or for everyone else, of course, too. And it's very close from Grindelwald, so you can take a cable car up and you are there in 5 minutes. Or as I said before, Meiringen in general is really a hidden gem still, I think. So the whole area, it's Meiringen itself as a village, but also the Hasliberg, which is the mountain next to Meiringen. And Meiringen itself has the Aare Gorge, so it's a nice gorge you can visit in summer to walk through, or the Reichenbach waterfall with its funicular, which you can take to go up and do a little hike. So there are, yes, various spots in the Jungfrau region which are um, less known or not
Mm.
as famous as, let's say, the Jungfraujoch.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier about the bus ride over the Grosse Scheidegg. Could you
Yes,
tell us a little bit more about that? Because that's something that a lot of people wouldn't be aware of.
yes. So it's a public bus, so you can't drive with your own car over the Grosse Scheidegg because it's closed for cars, but you can use the public bus. So it leaves, I think, it leaves not so many times, but I think around every 2 hours in summer, and it takes you 2 hours to get from Grindelwald over the Grosse Scheidegg to Meiringen, and it's a very panoramic route. So from Grindelwald, you go up to the Grosse Scheidegg and then down to Schwarzwaldalb to the Rosenlaui Valley and then down to Meiringen. So you visit a lot of nice places, and if you want, you can also get off the bus and enjoy the view a bit, and then take the next bus in a few hours. You just have to be aware of the timetable because it doesn't drive so often, but it's really a nice panoramic view, and it's also covered in the Swiss travel pass, I think. Yes.
Mm.
So it's a nice way if you want to experience a bit more of the panorama, you can take the bus instead of the train.
Yeah, sounds wonderful. So, is there anything else that visitors who are planning to come to the Jungfrau region that they should know before they get there?
Yes, so a nice tip for winter is that the ski pass is valid for the whole Jungfrau ski region. So the ski pass includes the Schilthorn area, the Männlichen Wengen-Grindelwald area, and also Grindelwald-First. And it even covers the trip up to the Schilthorn. So if you have a ski pass, you can basically visit the Schilthorn for free, and you can ski one day at the Schilthorn and one day in Grindelwald First. So it's really nice to have the ski pass for the whole region if you are visiting in winter. And if you're not into skiing, there's also a pass for winter hiking where you can use the cable cars to go hiking or sledging in the region.
Okay. And is that available from around what, November to March?
Yeah, so the skiing season normally starts at the beginning of December and then it lasts until Easter. So it's mostly beginning of April, middle of April. It depends a bit on the snow, but
Mhm.
it's usually from beginning of December to middle of April. Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Kelly. Now, if anyone watching would like to get more information about the Jungfrau region, where will they find your website and your social media accounts?
Yes, you can visit our website. That would be jungfrauregion.swiss, so not ch but Swiss. And you can also find us on every social media account like Instagram with just Jungfrau Region. You will find our account.
Excellent, and I'll put links to those
Yes.
in the description as well. Thank you very much for sharing all that with us, and it's been a
Perfect.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been wonderful chatting to you about the beautiful Jungfrau region.
Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Bye bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.